My teacher asked me to tutor my crush, not knowing she handed me my first heartbreak. Nathan was the soccer player I'd been crushing on for 2 years at school, and every time I went near him, my brain stopped functioning. So can you tutor him? My chemistry teacher asked with a smile. Honestly, no. I couldn't imagine even sitting beside him, let alone tutor him. Before I could reject the offer, my teacher added, he really needs this to stay on varsity soccer, and it would be really terrible seeing a fellow classmate miss championships because of grades. Oh, and his parents will pay. Money for college was good. Seeing my crush was also great, but potentially falling apart and embarrassing myself in front of him strike me with lightning. I'm sorry, I don't think I'm the right person, I said. You're the best in class, and I could give you a great college recommendation for this. So just think about it first, my teacher insisted. Holy crap, this is it, my best friend Paige yelled when I told her all about it at lunch. She grabbed my shoulders and grinned. This is your romance movie moment. The hot guy always falls for the nerd. Okay, first of all, those are movies. Secondly, it's just tutoring, I explained. Paige rolled her eyes at me. You'll have all those study sessions together, and you think nothing will happen between you two? She leaned in and whispered in my ear, what if he touches your hand while you're writing equations? My eyes widened. The mental image of him doing that made my entire face flush red. I can't do it, I said, hiding my face in my arms. She giggled. Sorry, just teasing you, but you're right, it's just tutoring, so go for it. Paige spent the rest of the day trying to convince me to take the job. If you don't tutor him, what if he finds some other nerdy girl? I frowned, feeling my chest squeeze just thinking about it. I marched straight to the chemistry room and accepted the job, not realizing just how big of a mistake this would turn out to be. At the first session, I had my color-coded notes perfectly arranged when Nathan snuck up behind me. Boo, he whispered. I jumped up, dropping my highlighters on the floor. Oh, sorry, he said, reaching down for the markers. He handed them back, his fingers touching my hand. I felt my face turn hot, thinking back at the things Paige had said. Let's start with a pretest, I told him, handing him a paper without looking at him. He nodded and sat down beside me. After reviewing his answers, we started discussing his thought process and correcting the answers. And to my surprise, he really listened. He smiled. I know, you're surprised I'm actually studying, but my team needs me, and I can't lose soccer. It's all I'm good at, he said softly. I shook my head and smiled back. No, you're so much more than that. I believe in you. We spent days after class studying together, and honestly, I found myself falling harder for him. He was sweet, charming, funny, and a complete nerd when it came to soccer. And every day, I felt excited seeing him. But one session was complete torture. While I was explaining covalent bonds to him, he suddenly fell asleep on my shoulder. The weight of his head against mine had me frozen in place for what felt like hours. When he woke up, he mumbled, "You smell like vanilla," then immediately sat up straight. Sorry, he said, his face turning just as red as mine. And seeing that, I couldn't help but feel like he'd fallen for me too. Hey, are you planning on going to prom? He asked me after finishing the last worksheet. No, I never even thought about it, I told him honestly. I'd love it if you went. You know, spend time enjoying one last school activity before the big send-off. I'd really like it if you were there. He smiled. This was it. Romantic movie moment. Are you asking me to prom? I asked nervously. Nathan's eyes widened as he paused. No, I wanted to see if you would go. Oh God, I'm sorry. I already asked another girl to prom at the start of the year. I'm sorry. I knew you liked me, and you knew? I gasped in disbelief. You did all those things that made me feel like you liked me too. And all this time you knew? I asked, feeling betrayed. I quickly packed my bags as my tears dropped down on the table. Wait, let me explain, Nathan said, grabbing my wrist. I yanked it back. You called me cute. You invited me to your house. You led me on. You know what? No, I was just stupid for wanting something more when this is just a tutoring gig, I said coldly before running off. Our tutoring sessions ended there, but it didn't matter. Nathan passed his chemistry exam, won championships with his team, and had a date to prom. He was all set while I felt miserable. But the night before prom, he dropped by my house and left an envelope with my parents when I wouldn't come down to see him. Inside was a ticket to prom and a message. I messed up. I do like you. I still think about you. But it doesn't excuse what I did to you. Please don't let my stupid ego ruin your last school memory. I stared at the ticket all night, heart still broken, and wondered, what if this tragic story somehow had a happy ending? I had to find out.